Hi, and welcome to the more 5-minute St. Louis real estate market update for February 2019. I am Dennis Norman, one of the broker owners at More Realtors. And if you'll give me about 5 minutes of your time, I'll bring you up to date on what's happening in the St. Louis real estate market. Before I get started, though, let me remind you we are not just the source for St. Louis home prices, sales, and market data. We're also one of St. Louis's premier real estate companies with some of St. Louis's best and most professional agents here ready to serve you. Also, be sure to get St. Louis's best real estate search app. You can obtain it free by going to stlhomesearchapp.com, stlhomesearchapp.com. Yes, it's even better than Zillow. It's just like our real estate site, stlouisrealestatesearch.com. All the information, all the listings come direct from the Realtors MLS for the St. Louis area. And our app, like our website, is updated every 5 minutes, 24/7. There is not another app or website in the world that I'm aware of that where you can find the same data that is updated any more frequently than 5 minutes. So you'll get the latest and the greatest. You can search a variety of ways. It'll show you everything around you that's for sale when you first open the app. You can select areas in a variety of ways. You can draw areas on a map with your finger. You can do a variety of things. You can also easily, with a click or two, request a showing appointment or call one of our agents for more information. So be sure to get that and check it out, stlhomesearchapp.com. Now let's jump into the market data. First chart I'm going to show you here is for the St. Louis metro area as a whole, so the entire St. Louis MSA. I might add quickly here too, all the charts that I'm going to show you in the tables and all the tools I'm using here, these are things that are proprietary to More Realtors. They're from software that we've developed, and that's because we are so committed to making sure that our agents and their clients have the absolute best and most accurate and relevant market data that is possible, because this is critical to you making a good decision as a buyer, a seller, and an investor. So this chart here shows both the median sales price in red and the median listing price in green of homes that sold in the past 25 months on a monthly basis, and then the pink line shows the home sales, and you can see the seasonality, the peaks and valleys, and the peaks in the spring and summer, and the lower valleys in the winter months. But going all the way over to the right, you can see for January of this year, the median sales price was $185 with 1,548 home sales in the metro area. Go over to the middle for a year ago, and you can see the prices were significantly lower, over 10% lower, down at $168, and home sales were higher at 1,667. And go all the way over to the left, and you can see 2 years ago, prices were a little bit lower than a year ago, and sales were about the same. So we, in this past year, at least looking at it month over month here, or year over year for the same month, we're seeing a pretty big jump in the price of the homes sold and a little decline in the number of homes sold. Now we're going to zoom in on for the remaining data for just what we call the St. Louis 5-county core market. It's the city of St. Louis County, St. Charles County, Jefferson County, and Franklin County combined. So these 5 counties make up the bulk of all the real estate activity in the St. Louis area on the Missouri side of the river. This is a chart that shows year-to-date home sales. This is a report, this is February's report, so we're just showing sales through the end of January, so it's really just 1 month, as you can see by the pink or fuchsia line there at the bottom. So kind of hard to see much there yet, but we can see that thus far in January, 1,391 home sales for the year, or for the month, however you want to look at it. This year, last year for January, it's 1,500, and you can see the prior year. So we've actually had the slowest January, and this gives us the lowest year-to-date number thus far out of the prior 3 years. So it was 4 years ago before we saw, since we've seen a lower number. So the 1 year change is down about 7%. We're still up about 23% from 4 years ago when it was only 1,124 sales for January. Now this chart here shows the median price per foot, which is an excellent way to really look at the market, the price per foot, and days on market, so the time it takes for homes to sell in this 5-county core market. And this shows the prior 4 years. The purple line on top is the sold price per foot, and the black line is days on the market. And you can see that while there's the ups and downs, from the seasonality of it, but going from the left to the right from 4 years ago to present, you can see overall the trend on days on market was down through last year, and then now this year you can see the peak that it's hitting is a little higher than last year. So things are sitting on the market a little bit more than they were this time last year. Nothing that significant yet. You can see where I drew the red line a year ago. For the purple, for the home prices, however, you can see they've definitely they've done the opposite of days on market. While the time to sell has declined, the price per foot has steadily increased and has really leveled off these last few months. So they did not dip down as much as they did. So this, along with some of this other data I'm sharing, is kind of indicative of perhaps prices may have risen a little too aggressively. We may have a little bit of a correction coming. Nothing dramatic, but here's a line you can just see from the same time period 4 years ago. As far as the time to sell, the trend is definitely down. When I draw the same line for prices, though, or the price per foot, you can see just the opposite upward trend. Here's a market update. This is our STL market report for the 5-county area, and this is a great way to look at the market because it takes the most recent 12-month period and compares it to the prior 12-month period. So the seasonality and little anomalies that are created that way are out of it. And at the top left, you can see the number of home sales during the past 12 months, which would be through the end of January, was 27,262 homes. That's down about 2% from the same time a year ago. So the 12-month period that ended in January of 18 had a few more sales. And at the same time, if you go to the right on the top there, you can see the median sales price of the most recent 12-month period is $197, and that's an increase of about 5.7% from the prior 12-month period. So historically, about a 3.5%, 3.6% increase in home prices is probably close to a historical norm. So again, this might be a little bit too much of a price bump in the last year or so, but we'll see. And the second line down there shows price per foot. We can see an increase there. And finally, the final row shows that there's currently a 3-month supply of homes for sale in this 5-county market. So still very low, still favoring sellers. And speaking of month supply, this table here shows the current inventory by county, and you can see the highest inventory is in Franklin County, and that's 5.8 months. So still under that threshold of 6 months. 6 months is typically what we'd call or consider a balanced market, not favoring buyers or sellers. If you get less than a 6-month supply, it tends to favor sellers, at least from that standpoint. So Franklin County is hanging in there, and you can see the county with the lowest inventory would be, or supply would be St. Charles County with just under a 3-month supply of homes for sale. So still looking pretty good for sellers, although they may need some price tweaks. This is price per foot trend and shows it by county. Again, you can see most of them have the big red arrows, which is about what we would expect for this time of year. Prices always drop over December, January, February in that period, and then typically start rising as we come into spring. The only exception to this one is there was a little bit of a trend upward in Franklin County. The top sellers markets, you can see what they are there. These are the top 10. You can see the top 5 have no inventory at all. There's nothing for sale in those areas, which is why we'd call them a top sellers market. And then the next few there have 2 months of inventory or less. So if you happen to own a home in one of these areas and have considered selling, now would be a really good time to think about it. Top buyers markets, this is the other end of the spectrum with the most supply. And you can see there are some areas out there with some pretty healthy inventories of homes for sale, and a variety of areas from Herculaneum to Sunset Hills, Washington to Pear, Jennings, and so on. 32 months, over a 2.5 year supply, and Cottleville, number 10 on the list, has over a year supply. Remember, when you're searching for homes for sale or you're looking for sold data, go to St. Louis's best home search site, stlouisrealestatesearch.com, stlouisrealestatesearch.com. And yes, unlike most of the sites you'll see out there, you can contact us. We have real live agents that are here ready to help you and answer your questions. You can call the 800 number at the top of the site there, 844-MLS-SITE. That's 844-657-7483. Or you can click on the little red guy down there and go to live chat. We have in live chat, the phones nor the chat are answered by offshore call centers or anything like that. I might respond to the chat. They're staffed by myself and our agents here, so you can actually connect very easily with a real estate professional and get the answers you need. Hey, I always call this St. Louis's best home search site. How do I know it? Check me out. And the favorite one. Google St. Louis's favorite real estate search site or Google St. Louis's best real estate search site. And I bet you'll see us right there at the top. All right, you want to know what your home's worth or any other home, you can find out online in under a minute by going to stlouishouseprices.com, stlouishouseprices.com. Also, we happen to have St. Louis's favorite open house site. You can go to stlouisopenhouses.com, stlouisopenhouses.com, see all the homes that are coming up with open houses this coming weekend. We also have custom STL open house reports, we have custom open house reports, and you can get them at stlopenhousereport.com, or just call us or text us or email us, and we'll do one for you. These can really be customized to a type of house. Are you interested in seeing maybe just atrium ranch homes with 3-car garages in a certain price range and within a couple of school districts or a certain area? We can do that for you, and we can set this up for you easily, where every week you can have the updated open house report showing just exactly what you want and nothing else. It's also sorted to make it easy for you with the open houses that are coming up the soonest at the top of the list, going to the ones that are coming up last. So there you go. Thank you for being here, and remember, you can contact us anytime at 833-383-MORE. So until next month, thank you and God bless you.